Hello, listeners, and welcome to Chronically Low Competence, an audio-only Let's Play podcast. I'm your host, Dan. This is the first of two related bonus episodes that we'll be doing, and this first one is going to be me playing the Oregon Trail. That's right, the iconic, extremely well-known game, at least here in the States. And specifically, I'm going to be playing the 1985 Apple II/DOS version, as that's the one that's most nostalgic for me. That's the one that I remember playing when I was a kid in all of our school computer labs and such. So I think this is going to be a lot of fun. As you're about to hear, we're going to have, we're sort of going to have some special guests, yeah, it's pretty cool. So for right now, I'm planning to do this and then a special surprise related game for the next episode, but let me know what version you're most nostalgic about and maybe I'll do a run. Okay, with that, let's just dive right in. Here is the Oregon Trail. Okay, we have the Oregon Trail in brown at the top of our screen with like a also brown scroll work beneath, and then our options. So for those who maybe haven't played this game, or at least this version of this game, it's primarily text-based. Like you make all your choices and options from a menu by entering numbers, and then there's some pixel art involved with the like traveling and stuff. So my options now, I may travel the trail, learn about the trail, see the Oregon Top 10, turn the sound off, choose management options, and end. So I'm going to go ahead and travel the trail. Many kinds of people made the trip to Oregon. You may, 1, be a banker from Boston, 2, be a carpenter from Ohio, 3, be a farmer from Illinois, or find out about the differences between these choices. So I happen to know that the difference is essentially how much money you start with, but then like the banker starts with more, the farmer starts with the least. But you also get more points the more difficult the trip is, and so you have more points you can earn as the farmer than as the banker. I'm going to just pick the middle one, the carpenter. I think that seems reasonable. Okay, we get a picture of a covered wagon pulled by 2 oxen. There's a child in the wagon, and then there's a man with a rifle standing by the oxen, and then a woman and 2 more children off to the side. What is the first name of the wagon leader? Well, that's going to be me. That's Dan. What are the first names of the 4 other members in your party? So I thought it might be fun to maybe be joined by the last 4 people that I did some sort of podcast collaboration with. I think that could be really entertaining. So the number 2 slot, that's going to go to Jonathan, also known as PostModernMartyr, also known as Post. You may remember him from this very podcast where he came on and talked with me about achievements. So first slot goes to Post. And then I was recently on the Lokanime cast with my friends Lokathor and Brett from Skeleton House, also known as Skelly. So we're going to put Lokathor and Skelly in. And then most recently, my good friend Pete from Attack on Final Fantasy, he had me on his show to talk through some Final Fantasy VI challenge runs. That was a lot of fun. So we're going to put Pete on here as well. So that's the squad. Me, Post, Loka, Skelly, Pete. It is 1848. Your jumping off place for Oregon is Independence, Missouri. You must decide which month to leave Independence. March, April, May, June, July, or I can ask for advice. Let's see. The advice is you attend a public meeting held for, quote, folks with the California-Oregon fever. You're told, if you leave too early, there won't be any grass for your oxen to eat. If you leave too late, you may not get to Oregon before winter comes. If you leave at just the right time, there will be green grass and the weather will still be cool. So I think based on that, I'm going to choose April. I think March is probably too early, but if we do April, then we'll be traveling mostly through the summer. I think that should be good. Before leaving Independence, you should buy equipment and supplies. You have $800 in cash, but you don't have to spend it all now. Well, before we gear up, I do feel like there's one thing I need to talk through about this game, which is that the Oregon Trail, this game, is kind of problematic in a lot of ways. So it's an older game. It's this version is from 1985. The first one I think was in 1975, and it is unfortunately it puts a very rosy view on the migration west and Manifest Destiny, which was ultimately really a violent colonial action. I think there's not really any other way to look at it now, and the game really is not interested in depicting any of that. So there's no discussion or mention of the various atrocities done against Native American peoples in the establishment of the various forts that we're going to be stopping at. There's no discussion of there's no discussion of the migrants, the folks on the trail who were moving and then claiming land that was not unoccupied. There were many native nations in the Northwest that they were displacing. So yeah, none of that comes through. This game is in a lot of ways a piece of whitewashing propaganda, unfortunately. There are also no depictions of people of color. There are no Black or Asian people represented in this at all. The few times that Native Americans do come up, they are referred to as Indians, as was the style at the time, and are portrayed primarily as services, hiring them for guides and for hired hands, that kind of thing. So yeah, it's not great, and I think that it's important to acknowledge that. At the same time, the game is also a very important part of gaming and PC history. Because of the time that it came out, it was one of the earliest video games, kind of period. It was one of the first ones, for example, to allow you to name your characters like I just did. It also, because it was educational, it was sold to schools across the country and put in basically every computer and every computer lab in the United States. And so as a result, for a lot of people, especially those who maybe didn't have a PC in their homes, this would have been their first encounter with possibly computing in general and possibly gaming as well. And so it is a huge milestone in the history of gaming, while also not being a good representation of history in a more general sense. And I think that it can be both things. I think that it's just important to acknowledge where it succeeds, but also very much where it fails and where it functions as that piece of whitewashing propaganda. So with that, I do think that it's worth playing. I think that it's worth examining. And on top of that, at least one of these goobers is going to fucking die on this road. And I don't know about you, but I want to see how. So with that, let's do some shopping. You can buy whatever you need at Matt's General Store. We get a picture of a man in an apron and pinstripe pants. And he's got a collared shirt with a bow tie and those, I don't know what they're called, but those like bands that you put around your upper arm, and I actually don't even know what they're supposed to do either. I think they hold your sleeves up or something. Anyway, so we have a picture of him and it says, "Hello, I'm Matt. So you're going to Oregon. I can fix you up with what you need. A team of oxen to pull your wagon, clothing for both summer and winter, plenty of food for the trip, ammunition for your rifles, spare parts for your wagon." So we can buy oxen. There are 2 oxen in a yoke. I recommend at least 3 yoke. I charge $40 a yoke. How many yoke do you want? We'll go ahead and do the recommended. We'll do the 3 yoke of oxen. Food, I recommend you take at least 200 pounds of food per each person in your family. Holy shit, that's a lot of food. I see that you have 5 people in all. You'll need flour, sugar, bacon, and coffee. My price is 20 cents a pound. How many pounds of food do you want? I guess we'll go ahead and do the full 1,000. Yeah, we can afford it. Clothing, you'll need warm clothing in the mountains. I recommend taking at least 2 sets of clothes per person. Each set is $10. How many sets of clothes do you want? So that's going to be 10 sets. Ammunition, I sell ammunition in boxes of 20 bullets. Each box costs $2. How many boxes do you want? I think like 3. That gives me like 60 bullets. I think that's probably plenty. Spare parts. It's a good idea to have a few spare parts for your wagon. Here are the prices. Wagon wheel, wagon axle, wagon tongue. They're all $10 each. So we'll go ahead and get 2 wheels, 2 axles, and 2 tongues. So my total bill, $486 out of our $800. That's, I think, going to leave us plenty for the rest of the trip. So I think we can leave the store. Well, then you're ready to start. Good luck. You have a long and difficult journey ahead of you. Okay, so we get just kind of to set the scene, we get a pixel art view and a little song for each of our major stops along the road. This is Independence, Missouri, April 1st, 1848. I've got a picture of essentially a small downtown, a bunch of wood and brick buildings lining a road with oxen and covered wagons and people milling about. There's a guy on a horse, guy with a rifle, that kind of thing. since we're in Independence, one of the other things I wanted to do while we do this is talk about each of the stops and then the music that played. So Independence, Missouri, this is now it's a suburb of Kansas City. In fact, I think I've actually been there. My wife and I used to visit Kansas City pretty frequently. It's over to just east of the city itself. And the song that was playing for Independence, that was Yankee Doodle, which probably at least all the Americans recognized. Skelly, Pete, I don't know if you guys would or not. It is April 1st, as I mentioned, 1848. Weather is cool. Health is good. I can change some settings here. So first thing I want to do is look at our pace. So you can pick how fast you go on the trip. Our choices are a steady pace, a strenuous pace, or a grueling pace. I'm going to set us to a strenuous pace. I think especially since we're just starting out, everybody's healthy. We have lots of supplies, so I think it makes sense to go a little faster. We can also change our food rations for the trip, which is the amount of food the people in our party eat each day. Our options are filling, meals are large and generous. Meager, meals are small but adequate. And bare bones, meals are very small, everyone stays hungry. I'm going to go down to meager. Again, we're healthy, I think we can handle it. One of the things you can do in towns and such is talk to people. So let's see. A trader named Jim tells you, better take extra sets of clothing. Trade them to Indians. See, like I said, for fresh vegetables, fish, or meat. It's well worth hiring an Indian guide at river crossings. Expect to pay them. They're sharp traders, not easily cheated. Really don't love that representation, but here we are. So, okay, I think the other thing we can do at each stop is look at the map. So we'll just take a quick look. It's a black and white map of basically the western side of the country. There's no state lines or anything because there weren't any states at this point, I don't think. At least some of these probably weren't. It shows our start in the far right at Independence, and then we've got basically a series of landmarks along the way, like Fort Kearny, Chimney Rock, Laramie, etc., all the way up to Oregon City, our finish line. And I think we can just go ahead and get on the trail. So I get a view. The top half of the screen is kind of the pixel art that I mentioned. So we have the covered wagon with oxen. There's green fields in the background. And then the bottom half is information, like the date, the weather, the health, how much food we have, how far to our next landmark, and the number of miles we've traveled so far. From Independence, it is 102 miles to the Kansas River crossing. That's going to be our first stop. I know we should be getting on the road, but I gotta say, I'm excited for this. I think it's gonna be fun. I can just picture the crew, like me sitting in that front seat, got my hands on the reins for the oxen. I'll be leading the team through every bump in the road. We have Post, stalwart, reliable Post. Post, I think he would be our cook. I think we call him Cookie Post. He handles all our food for us. We've got Lokathor, he's the erudite one. He probably spends most of his time in the back of the wagon with his nose in a book. I think, Loka, you're going to be responsible for the map. So you're going to keep us on track, make sure that we know where we're going. We got Skelly, the quick wit. He always knows exactly the funniest thing to say at any given moment. He's going to keep our spirits nice and high. Skelly likes animals. Skelly, you're going to be responsible for our oxen. You're going to make sure that they're well fed and taken care of. And then Pete's a British national. He is here to seek fame and fortune in the West. Maybe he's got his guitar with him. He plays us songs, ancient songs from his homeland. I have no idea what old songs, like songs that old from England would be. So let's just say it's the Beatles. And with that, let's hit the road. We all live in a yellow submarine. Yellow submarine, yellow submarine. We all live in... Hey, we are now at the Kansas River crossing. Nothing happened on the way. Would you like to look around? Yes. So we get another of those pixel art views. This is a wide river with a tree on one bank and some hills on the other side. It is April 5th. It took us 4 days to get there. The song that just played, by the way, for Kansas River, that was I Gave My Love a Cherry. Weather continues cool. Everyone's health is good. Let's go ahead and see what people here have to say. Aunt Rebecca Sims tells you, with the crowds of people waiting to get on the ferry, we could be stranded here for days. Hope there's enough graves for all those animals. Not many people carry feed. I'd rather wait, though, than cross in a rickety wagon boat. Okay. So we don't really need to trade or rest at this point, so we'll just continue on. You must cross the river in order to continue. The river at this point is currently 635 feet across and 5.8 feet deep in the middle. Damn. Okay. We may attempt to ford the river, caulk the wagon and float it across, or take a ferry across, or wait to see if conditions improve. I don't think we need to do that, but I think we have the cash for the ferry, so we're going to do that. Ferry operator says that he will charge you $5 and that we'll have to wait 2 days. Are you willing to do this? Yeah, that sounds pretty good. All right, we've got the wagon. It's on our raft. We are floating across the river. Fingers crossed. And yes, ferry got your party and wagon safely across. All right, back on the road from the Kansas River crossing. It is 82 miles to the Big Blue River crossing. Let's go. Okay, weather is very rainy. Health is good. We are moving at a good pace. You are now at the Big Blue River crossing. Hey, another no problem. Would you like to look around? Yeah. So we get another view, an even wider river with some dead trees on one bank. There's a covered wagon and 6 oxen. Looks like they're attempting to ford it to a little pair of ruts, essentially, on the other side. Big Blue River crossing, by the way, that song was "Oh Dear, What Can the Matter Be?" Weather is cool, health is good. Let's see what people have to say. A party leader heading east tells you, "We've had enough. Pesky flies all day and mosquitoes all night. It's either baking sun or oceans of mud, and sometimes both. Worry over Indians attacking. Haven't seen any yet, but still a worry." Okay. I think we continue on the trail. We must cross the river in order to continue. The river at this point is currently 254 feet across and 5.6 feet deep in the middle. Holy shit. Okay, so we don't have the ferry option at this one. We can either ford it or caulk the wagon or wait to see if conditions improve. I'm definitely not going to ford it. At 5.6 feet, that sounds crazy. I guess we have to caulk the wagon and float it, and we'll just hope for the best. So here we go. We've got the wagon. It's floating across. Oh, it tipped over while floating. You lose 42 bullets and Pete drowned. Oh no. Pete, I'm so sorry. So I also happen to have found something else online, which is a tombstone creator. One of the things on the Oregon Trail is that when you were playing it on a PC that other people were playing, you could leave tombstones when people died, and then they'd find them along the way. So I have found a tombstone creator, which we're going to use for when something like this happens. So here lies Pete. What would you like on the tombstone? He died as he lived, guitar in hand. We are gathered here on the banks of this rushing river to honor our companion Pete. Of all of us, he had traveled the farthest to be here. He died as he lived, guitar in hand. If only he had let it go. We asked him to let it go. But he did cut quite the figure, guitar held overhead, walking straight into that river. What am I without my guitar, he would ask. I can answer that. Our friend. Yeah, there we go. And I will be posting all of those in Discord and Bluesky when this episode airs. So keep a lookout for those. Again, I'm sorry, Pete. All right. From the Big Blue River crossing, it is 118 miles to Fort Kearney. Weather is hot. Health is good. Let's roll. Wrong trail. Lose 3 days. Loka. Come on, man. You find an abandoned wagon with the following. Okay, 2 sets of clothing. All right, well, maybe that ended up pretty well. Lokathor has exhaustion. Well, all right, fine. We're going to... Exhaustion, that doesn't sound too bad. Let's just rest 2 days. Just enough for Loka to get back on his feet, and we'll keep going. Maybe he had to take up singing duties because of Pete. Here we are. We are now at Fort Kearny. Would you like to look around? Yes. So we get a view of some brick buildings with an American flag. There's a soldier in a uniform on a horse and another one talking to a woman as wagons go by on a road. It is, for reference, April 21st now, by the way. So that song for Fort Kearny, that was The Campbells Are Coming. And just out of curiosity, Fort Kearny. Okay, Fort Kearny was a historic outpost of the U.S. Army founded in 1848. It was named after a colonel who was later a general. It was located along the Oregon Trail near Kearney, Nebraska. Okay, cool. Well, so April 21st, weather is cold, health is fair. Let's talk to some folks. Fort Soldier tells you the trails from the jumping off places, Independence, St. Joseph, Council Bluffs, come together at Fort Kearny. This new fort was built by the U.S. Army to protect those bound for California and Oregon. So that lines up pretty well with what Wikipedia was saying. I'm going to check our supplies real quick. Good. Yeah, looks like we're good on everything pretty much. I am going to stop to rest because our health is down to fair. So we'll just take like 2 extra days. Weather's snowy? In April? Jeez. Okay. 1 more day. There we go. Weather's warm. Let's go. From Fort Kearny, it is 250 miles to Chimney Rock. Here we go. Weather is warm. Health continues fair. We are at 770 pounds of food. We're doing pretty good. Next landmark's a mere 100 miles, and Lokathor has dysentery. Oh no. No. Lokathor has dysentery. Post, come on, you got to keep the food clean, man. All right, we're gonna stop here. Loka, I am giving you 3 days to get over your dysentery. All right, it is May 3rd. We are rolling on. 76 miles to go. Come on. One of the oxen is injured. Oh, Skelly, take care of the oxen. I'm gonna keep rolling. It's just one. We're good. And we are now at Chimney Rock. Would you like to look around? Yes. So we get a view of Chimney Rock. It's a big rock that sticks straight out into the sky. The song here, by the way, is Auld Lang Syne. Okay, May 7th, weather is cool, health is fair. Let's see, folks here say, Alonzo Delano tells you, about noon yesterday we came in sight of Chimney Rock looming up in the distance like the lofty tower of some town. We did not tire gazing on it. It was about 20 miles from us and stayed in sight till we reached it today. Seems like a good landmark. All right. I think we're good on supplies and everything. We'll just keep rolling. From Chimney Rock, it is 86 miles to Fort Laramie. Here we go. Weather is cool, health is fair. 30 miles left. Come on. Yes, we are now at Fort Laramie. Look around. Well, I don't love this one. So we get a stone fort with an American flag in the center. There's a covered wagon nearby and a road leading up to it. There's a man on horse and then a Native American man on horse in a very stereotypical outfit, including the headdress and a set of teepees in the distance. The song for Fort Laramie, by the way, that was Billy Boy, which I've never heard of. Fort Laramie. Fort Laramie was a trading post, diplomatic site, and military installation. It's in the eastern part of Wyoming. It was established as a trading post, and then it was purchased by the Army in 1849, so I guess after we were coming through. Okay, let's see what folks here have to say. A Sioux hunter tells you the Pawnee are the mortal enemies of the Sioux. I would not hesitate to kill any Pawnee I met, but I have never killed a white man. All I ask from the white man is to leave me alone and to leave my buffalo alone. Well, I believe that, but that is not going to go well for you. We can take a look at our supplies. How are we doing? 668 pounds of food. Everything else is in good shape. So that's pretty good. Okay. And health is fair. Yeah, I think we just keep rolling. From Fort Laramie, it is 190 miles to Independence Rock. And the background now has changed for our trip. Instead of the fields in the background, we have blue and purple mountains. Weather is cool. Hey, found wild fruit. Hey, that's like 20 pounds of food right there. Which I don't know where you would find 20 pounds of fruit, but damn. Oh no. Post has measles. Post, come on. We're gonna rest. We're gonna rest. What do you think? 3 days for measles? Yeah, let's do 3 days. It is May 17th. Continue on the trail. Weather is hot. Health is poor. I'm gonna stop and take another rest here. Just like 2 days. Trying to keep that health up in the fair category, which that looks like oh no, Post has died. The measles. Oh no. Post, I'm so sorry. Create tombstone. Post. Here lies Post. What would you like on the tombstone? He shouldn't have kissed all those. Oh no, that's too long. Okay. Well, measles is airborne, so we'll just say he breathed too much and too deeply. We are gathered here along the side of this long and winding road to honor our companion postmodern-martyr. Post, you had perhaps the most important job of us all. We trusted you to feed us, to keep us healthy and moving forward. But we didn't think to make sure you were healthy. We don't know why you let all those people breathe directly into your mouth. Maybe we should have said something. But you breathed too much and too deeply. Rest now, and someday we'll travel together again. Okay. Tombstone number 2. Post, I am sorry. Continuing. Weather is hot, health is poor. It is May 25th, very little water. But we are now at Independence Rock. Would you like to look around? Yes. So we get a view of a long winding river going off into the distance with a road next to it and 3 covered wagons. There's some purple mountains in the background. The song for that one, by the way, was Wayfaring Stranger. Independence Rock. I don't really know anything about Independence Rock either. Let's see here. A historic landmark in Wyoming, U.S. It's a large granite rock about 130 feet high. Prominent, well-known landmark on the Oregon, Mormon, and California trails. Many of the immigrants carved their names on it. Well, that's cool. Okay, let's talk to people. A young boy tells you, I carved my name way up the side of Independence Rock near the top. There are hundreds of names up there. The oldest ones were carved by mountain men and fur trappers. Famous names like Fremont, Bonneville, and DeSmet. Okay. Health is poor. I'm going to stop to rest. Just like 3 days? Yeah, we'll do 3 days. Okay. Health's still not great. I'm going to change our pace. I'm going to slow our pace down a little bit. And hopefully that will help keep us in good shape for a little bit. Weather's cool. I think we can keep going. From Independence Rock, it is 102 miles to South Pass. Very little water. Inadequate grass. Very little water. Wrong trail. Lose a day. You know what? I'm going to stop. We're going to rest just like 2 days. And then we're also at about 500 pounds of food. So I think we're going to do our first hunting. So hunting, for anyone who hasn't played this, there is a little mini game involved in it where you get dropped as a guy with a rifle just onto a big empty black screen and with some trees and bushes and stuff dotted about. And then animals run through and you try to shoot at them with your spacebar. So see what we can get. Let's see. Oh, I missed. There was a squirrel. That was about it. Oh, got that one though. A buffalo. Can I get the buffalo? Got him. Yes. Okay. We don't need to shoot anything else. That is plenty of meat for this trip. I mean, not the whole trip, but for this hunting trip. So we'll just wait for everything. Yep. Okay. From the animals you shot, you got 908 pounds of meat. However, you're only able to carry 100 pounds back to the wagon. That's still a good top up. I feel good about that. Let's keep rolling. Bad water. Inadequate grass. This is a rough patch. Inadequate grass. You're now at South Pass. Would you like to look around? Yes. So we get a view of a road winding into the distance with a bunch, like 4 or 5 wagons on it with oxen. There's a man greeting another stereotypical Native American on a horse, and the road kind of winds between some mountains. The song for South Pass, by the way, that was Believe Me of All Those Endearing Young Charms. Okay. Oh, that's the song from Looney Tunes, the one where they set a bomb on one key, but then they always play around it instead of on it. Yeah, that's cool. All right. See what folks here have to say. An Arapaho Indian tells you, when the white man first crossed our lands, their wagons were few. Now they crowd the trail in great numbers. The land is overgrazed with their many animals. Do any white man still live in the east? My people talk of moving. See, this is the closest to showing any sort of effect that this migration had on the native populations, and even this is real soft. All right. Well, it's June 11th. Weather is cool. Health is fair. I think we can set our pace back up to strenuous, and I think we can keep rolling. The trail divides here. You may head for Green River Crossing, head for Fort Bridger, see the map. Let's take a look at the map. So we've gotten maybe halfway-ish. So we're at South Pass. I can see there's a river. So directly to the west, there's a river, and then Soda Springs, which is the next landmark. Or further to the south is Fort Bridger, but it's on the other side of that same river. So I guess I would have to cross the river either way, and it's just a question of, do we go south to get more supplies, or do we just keep rolling instead of going out of our way? And I don't see any reason to go out of the way. So we're going to head for Green River Crossing. From South Pass, it is 57 miles to Green River Crossing. That's good. That's short. Hopefully nothing bad can happen along the way. Cross fingers. Yes. Okay. You're now at Green River Crossing. Would you like to look around? Yes. So we get a river, the bend of a river between very sharp, steep cliffs on either side of it, and some covered wagons with oxen, and one of the wagons is on a ferry crossing the river. The song for the Green River Crossing was All Through the Night. So, it's June 15th. Weather is cool. Health is fair. Let's see what folks have to say. A young boy tells you, my family didn't buy enough food in Independence. We have been eating very small rations since Fort Laramie. Because of that, our health is poor. My sister has mountain fever, so we're stopped here for a while. Couldn't be us, right? Continuing on the trail, you must cross the river in order to continue. The river at this point is currently 400 feet across and 20 feet deep. Holy shit. In the middle. We may attempt to ford it. Absolutely not. Caulk the wagon and float it across. Take a ferry across. Okay, we're going to do the ferry. That's 20 feet deep. That's crazy. The ferry operator says that he will charge you $5 and you'll have to wait 2 days. Are you willing to do this? Yes. Plus, that's 2 days. Hopefully, we'll heal up a little bit. Okay, we're crossing the river. We're on the raft. And yes, the ferry got your party and wagon safely across. Nice. From Green River Crossing, it is 143 miles to Soda Springs. Here we go. And right off the bat, inadequate grass and hot weather. Hopefully... Oh, Lokathor has dysentery. Again? Jesus Christ. Maybe I shouldn't... Oh, wait, Post isn't cook anymore. Who's cooking now? Maybe he gave himself dysentery. Either way, let's do a rest. We're just going to do like 4 days to get over your dysentery. Just get all that out. Okay. There we go. Continue rolling. Found some wild fruit. That's good. 20 pounds of food. Very little water. Bad water. But it hasn't affected us too badly yet. And yes, we are now at Soda Springs. Would you like to look around? Yeah. So we get a view of a pool of water. There's a woman in it in her dress, and then two kids also kind of dipping their feet in it. There's an oxen resting beside a covered wagon, and in the background is purple and blue mountains. It's June 30th. Soda Springs, by the way, that song was Charlie Is My Darling. Let's learn about Soda Springs. Soda Springs is... Oh, there's a bunch of Soda Springs. I'm going to guess it's this one in Idaho? Yes, here we are. So, Soda Springs is currently a town in the far east of Idaho. It was named for the hundreds of natural springs of carbonated water in and around the city. It was a landmark along the Oregon Trail in the middle 19th century. It is also the location of the Soda Springs Geyser. Oh, which apparently in the 1930s, town folk drilled into a chamber of highly pressurized carbon dioxide gas and cold water, and a geyser erupted. It ran for weeks and flooded the downtown area before it was capped and then manually released, first on request as a tourist attraction, and now there's a timed release valve that does it every hour. Huh. That's kind of neat. It's pretty funny that they flooded their town with it too. Okay, talk to folks here. Celinda Hines tells you, the Soda Springs are so pretty. Seem to spout at regular intervals. Well, we learned about that. Felt good to just rest and not be jostled in the wagon all day. When I get to Oregon, I'll have a soft feather bed and never sleep in a wagon again. Okay. Our health is down to poor, though. So we're going to stop. We're going to take, let's see, it's the middle of summer. I feel pretty good about our pace and time. Let's take 4 days. It's now going to be July 4th. Health is back up to fair. And we're going to roll. See, from Soda Springs, it is 57 miles to Fort Hall. Keep it going. We are down under 450 pounds of food, though, so I'm going to do a quick hunt. So, here we go. Got a squirrel. Oh no. Oh no, I missed him. Why am I not shooting? Why is this not shooting? I think the controls had a problem. Oh no. I could have gotten so much more food. Well, hopefully that doesn't happen again. From the animals you shot, you got 2 pounds of meat. Wah wah. Maybe we'll buy some in Fort Hall, which we have just arrived at. Let's take a look around. So we get a view of a stone fort with an American flag. There are some like berry bushes or something scattered around the outside, and a covered wagon as well. It is July 9th, 1848. The song for Fort Hall is Skip to My Lou, which I did not recognize at all. Fort Hall. Fort Hall is in Idaho as well. It was a fort built in 1834, so it's been around for a little bit before we get to it. It's located on the Snake River in the southeastern part of Idaho. Cool. Okay. So I think let's talk to folks first. Miles Hendrick tells you, well, friend, this is where we part. I'm bound for California with an imposing desert to cross, and you've got the Snake River to cross, which I hear is no picnic. Write us, you or the missus, just as soon as you reach Oregon. Yeah, a random person I met along the road, I'll certainly do that. What I think I will do, though, is buy some food. We have $300 to spend. If we buy like 100 pounds of food, that's like $40. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. That's good. Just a little top up. Weather is cool. Health is poor. Let's rest like 2 days, and then maybe I'll change our pace down to steady again, and we'll keep rolling. From Fort Hall, it is 182 miles to the Snake River crossing. That's going to take a while at the lower pace, but I think it's probably worth it for the health. Inadequate grass. But the weather is holding warm, so that's a good sign. One of the oxen has died. Oh no. Well, we're still at 5. Skelly, you're just going to have a little less work to do. Ooh, severe thunderstorm, lose 1 day. Keep rolling. Rough trail. But it didn't delay us. But we are down under 450 pounds of food again, so I'm going to do oh, you cannot go hunting because you have no bullets. That's what happened. Shit, I should have bought bullets at the last. Oh, that's a disaster. I should have checked the supplies. Oh, no. Okay, well, we have no choice but to keep going. Hopefully, we get to another fort before we run out of food. Broken wagon wheel. Would you like to repair it? Yes, we're able to repair it. But you know what I should do is we're going to change that pace. We're going to speed that back up because holy shit, if we... No. A thief comes during the night and steals 4 oxen, and there's like a little guy with a bandana around his face in the back of our wagon. That means we have 1 oxen pulling this thing. We're going to go so slow, and the food is already dire. Oh, no. You are now at the Snake River crossing. Would you like to look around? Yes. So we get a view of the Snake River with high cliffs on one side and purple mountains on the other. And there is a Native American man in very unfortunate dress with a feather on his head pointing at it. It is August 7th, 1848. The music for the Snake River crossing was "Oh Shenandoah." The Snake River, I don't even need to look that one up. I've been across the Snake River. Part of it forms the border between Oregon and Idaho, and then it continues off into Idaho. I assume we're not at the border yet, or where the border will be. In fact, actually, I can look at the map and check. Yeah, no, definitely not. So this must be one of the lower parts of it. People. A frantic wife tells you, it says right here in the Shively guidebook, you must hire an Indian to pilot you at the crossings of the Snake River, it being dangerous if not perfectly understood. But my husband insists on crossing without a guide. Man, I can't believe. Oh, we can try to trade. Let's see if we can trade for some bullets. Or oxen. He wants a wagon wheel. Actually, you will trade one wheel. No, I'm not going to do that trade. Let's see what else we can get. No. Come on. None of these people are giving me what I want. No, I'm not going to trade my last ox for 136 bullets. I need another immigrant who wants 79 pounds of food. She will trade you one axle. No, I don't need an axle. No, I don't need clothing. Oh, here we go. You meet another immigrant who wants one set of clothing. He will trade you 60 bullets. Yes, I will 100% do that trade. Okay. That alleviates a lot of our food concerns, at least for the near future. So I wish we had some more oxen, but I guess we're just going to continue. You must cross the river in order to continue. The river at this point is currently 1,000 feet across and 6.2 feet deep in the middle. 1,000 feet? So our options are attempt to ford the river, caulk the wagon and float it across, hire an Indian to help. I think since we're already short-handed, we're going to hire a Native American to help us. The Shoshone guide said that he will take your river across in exchange for 3 sets of clothing. I will accept that offer. Here we go. He's going to help us float our wagon. We're floating. We're in the deep. Come on. We really can't afford to lose much more. Yes. You had no trouble floating the wagon across. Skelly, Loka, we might make it. All right. From the Snake River crossing, it is 113 miles to Fort Boise. Let's roll. I am going to stop to hunt, though, because we are down to like 250 pounds of food. So, hunt for food. See what we get. Anything. I missed a bear. I missed a rabbit as well. Another bear. Got it. Okay, that's as much as we can carry. We're all set. So that'll keep us moving for a while. I'm so glad that person wanted to trade for bullets. From the animals you shot, you got 191 pounds of meat. However, you're only able to carry 100 pounds back to the wagon. Let's go. Very little water. Weather is cool. Health is fair. It's August 24th. Skelly has a fever. Skelly, no. Okay. We're going to stop to rest. You get 3 days for your fever, Skelly. Let's roll. Weather is hot. Weather is rainy. Health is poor, but we found some wild fruit. I'm going to, since our health dropped a little bit, I'm going to stop to rest just like 2 more days. It's now September 3rd. Let's roll. We have 65 miles to go. Come on. Oh, it's so slow with just 1 ox. Broken wagon tongue. Yes, let's repair it. Hey, we were able to repair it. Nice job, guys. We're doing good. Rough trail, but didn't slow us down. It's good. And come on, bad water. 9 miles. Lokathor has typhoid. Oh no. Loka, why did you drink that bad water? Why would you do that? You get 4 days to get over your typhoid. It's September 24th already. It's late in the month. I am starting to get a little worried about winter. One of the oxen, you mean my only oxen, is injured. But we're here. We're at Fort Boise. Let's look around. So we get blue mountains in the far background. Up front, we have a woman with a young girl and an ox sitting in front of a wooden picket fence. The song for Fort Boise, by the way, was On Top of Old Smoky, in case you didn't recognize that. And Fort Boise. Let's learn a little bit about Fort Boise. Fort Boise is either of 2 different locations in the western United States, both in southwestern Idaho. The first was a Hudson Bay Company trading post near the Snake River on what is now the Oregon border. dating from the era when Idaho was included in the British Fur Company's Columbia District. After several rebuilds, the fort was ultimately abandoned in 1854. The second was established by the U.S. government in 1863. So this is definitely that first one. So we're at the border, which, okay, that makes sense because Boise, like modern day Boise is, I mean, it's not far from the border by car, but it's certainly not on the border. I would not say that. Okay, let's see. Talk to people. Jacob Hofstetter tells you, every night, even though I ache from the day's toils, my head is filled with dreams of the rich farmland of the Willamette Valley. I will build myself a fine, handsome homestead, and I'm certain I'll be rich within 5 years. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. They don't care that they're displacing people. Most importantly, since we're at a fort, we can buy supplies, which means we can buy oxen. They're $45 an ox. Holy shit. Well, we're going to buy... We have one. It's injured. We need at least 2, I think. Maybe 3? If we buy 3, that's 135. That's like half our money. Yeah, okay, we're going to buy 3 oxen. We now have $129 to spend. Let's check our supplies. So now we have 4 oxen. Yeah, that's right. We have 4 oxen now, 8 sets of clothing, 53 bullets, no wagon wheels, but we do have an axle and tongues, 170 pounds of food. I'm going to buy 1 wheel. They're $22.50, but I would really hate to have the wheel break and not have a replacement. So I think that's important. We're also going to have to stop to rest, I think, a little bit. We'll just do like 2 days. And maybe we change our pace to steady to try and keep health up. I mean, let me look at the map. From Fort Boise, we've got a river crossing, and then we have the Blue Mountains, which I have been through the Blue Mountains in winter. That is not fun. It's very snowy and icy up there. So I don't know about slowing our pace. Yeah. Okay, we're going to go down to a steady pace. The health is just too important with only the 3 of us. And we're going to rest 1 more day, and then we're heading out. From Fort Boise, it is 160 miles to the Blue Mountains. Let's roll. Okay, rough trail. We're down under 150 pounds of food also. I forgot to mention that. So let's do a hunt. Oh, missed a deer. Come on. I just need something to run across here that I can shoot. Oh, I got a rabbit. That's not much. I got 1 pound of meat from that. God damn it. All right. Keep rolling. We'll try again later. Heavy fog. One of the oxen has died. See, this is why I bought the 3 oxen. That was a good call. You find an abandoned wagon with the following: 1 set of clothing, 63 bullets, 1 wagon wheel, 2 wagon axles. Okay, I will take that. One of the oxen is injured. Come on. We even slowed down. Impassable trail. Lose 9 days? Loka, what are you doing to us? God damn. Oh shit, we're down to 75 pounds of food. We absolutely need to hunt now. And I need to get something good. Hey, I got a deer. That's good. Can I get more? Because 1 deer isn't a full 100 pounds, I don't think. I think it's close, though. It's like 75. Well, a second deer will do it. Hell yeah. Okay. We're still eating, boys. Okay, from the animals you shot, you got 123 pounds of meat. However, you're only able to carry 100 pounds back to the wagon. Yeah, that's good. That's great. Okay, keep it rolling. It's now October and very rainy, but our health is fair. You know what? I'm going to up the pace. We're going up to a strenuous pace. We gotta get moving. This is not good. Rough trail. Can't believe we lost 9 days on a bad trail, and another 4 right now on an impassable trail. We're under 100 pounds of food, so we'll do another hunt. Come on. Where's the big game? That's a bear, but I can't get to him. Damn. Come on. A deer. Okay, that's good. Okay, well, 62 pounds of meat. That's something. That's pretty good. We'll keep rolling. Broken wagon axle. Great. Let's repair it. We were unable to repair it. You must replace it with a spare part. Good thing we had a spare part. Keep it rolling. Here we go. Find some wild fruit. Hey, okay. Good windfall. Another wild fruit. Hell yeah. Okay. We are, yes, at the Blue Mountains. Let's look around. So we get a peaceful view of a green field with some trees, evergreens in the immediate foreground, and then big blue snow-capped mountains in the distance. It's November 4th. Holy shit. The song for the Blue Mountains, by the way, that was long, long ago. Weather is cold, health is fair. Let's see what folks have to say. Jacob Hofstetter tells you this valley of the Grand Ronde is the most beautiful sight I've seen in months, water and grays in abundance. And if this valley is so fine, the Willamette must be twice as fine. We'll be sitting pretty in our new homestead. Well, I gotta make it there first. Let's continue. The trail divides here. You may head for Fort Walla Walla, head for the Dalles, see the map. So Fort Walla Walla is straight north of here. I'm going to assume that it's somewhere near Walla Walla, Washington. The map shows it basically exactly even, like directly east from Oregon City, which that's not very accurate, but I mean, I guess it is an old map, so who knows. Or we can go northwest to the Dalles, which is more of a direct line to Oregon City. We're actually in pretty good shape, surprisingly. I think we head for the Dalles. I think we try and take the shorter trip. From the Blue Mountains, it is 125 miles to the Dalles. Severe blizzard lose 1 day. Heavy fog. Oh, the ground turned white now to indicate the snow. Broken wagon axle. Would you like to repair it? Yes. You're unable to repair it. You must replace it with a spare part. Well, thank God we had 2. Wrong trail. Lose 5 days. Come on. You are killing me with this. We gotta move. We are under 75 pounds of food, so I gotta stop to hunt. Hopefully we can get something with this hunt. They put me in a really shit position. I can barely see anything. There's just trees in the way everywhere. I don't know that we're going to get anything at all. This is a really bad spot. Unable to shoot any food. Keep going. When we get under 50, we'll try again. Yep, and there we are. We're under 50. Hunt for food. Okay, I got a rabbit. I mean, it's not great, but it's not nothing. I mean, it's basically nothing. A bear. But I can't get to him. Oh, man. Come on. I just need one thing. Keep walking. Yes! Got it. From the animals you shot, I got a bear at the last second. I got 117 pounds of meat. You're able to carry 100 back. We are in good shape. We're back up to 137. And Skelly has a fever. No, don't get a fever, dude. Okay. I'm going to slow our pace. You get 1 day, Skelly. You break that fever right fucking now. Keep rolling. Yeah, 15 miles, 9 miles, 3 miles. Yes, you are now at the Dalles. It is December 1st, man. Whew, dangerous. Would you like to look around? Yes. So we get a shot of a river bend with rocky banks and a man in a raft with a covered wagon and 2 oxen. The Dalles music was Jimmy Crack Corn, and I don't care. The Dalles, I don't even need to look the Dalles up. I was just there recently, actually. It's a little town on the Columbia River. It's in the Columbia River Gorge. It's famous now mostly for having a big dam there, and also really excellent windsurfing is really, really popular there. And also there was a guy on one of the recent seasons of 90 Day Fiancé who was from the Dalles. All right, talk to people. A toll collector tells you, I collect the tolls for the Barlow Road, a bargain at twice the price. Until last year, the Overlander had no choice. Everyone floated the Columbia. Now, with Mr. Barlow's new road, you can drive your wagon right into Oregon City. Okay. I'm going to check our supplies here. 3 oxen, 9 clothing, 94 bullets. We still have wheels, axles, and tongues. I'm surprised. I thought we would have used up all our axles. with those breakages, and 83 pounds of food and $100. So the question becomes, the trail divides here. You may float down the Columbia River or take the Barlow Toll Road. And this is a tough one because the Columbia River, that basically ends the game. Like if we, as I recall, if we navigate the river correctly, we're just done. We win. If we take the Barlow Toll Road, it's a longer trip, but it's safer too. It doesn't require me to carefully navigate a river. Do you guys believe in me? I think I can do it. I think I can float us down the Columbia River. I think we can end this now. Here we go. Use the arrow keys to guide your raft through the rushing waters of the Columbia River. After passing the third direction sign, land your raft at the trail to the Willamette Valley. All right. So we get a view. It's like a diagonal view of our wagon on a raft in the river. There are rocks that we are floating by. I really do not want to hit. And it's kind of tricky because you press the arrow keys and your raft has some momentum. It takes it a second to slow down and speed up. So I can't do any really fancy dodging. Just kind of have to look and plan ahead. But so far we're doing good. So far we haven't hit anything. There's the first direction post. Dodging rocks left and right. I think maybe we can do this. I think we might make it, guys. What do we think? Come on. Okay. 2 more rocks. Yeah. So far, actually, this has not been as tough as I remembered from being... Oh, shit. There we go. As tough as I remembered from being a kid. There's the second direction post. We're 2/3 of the way there. 2/3 of the way there. Come on. Okay, I gotta zip between these 2 rocks. Yes, okay. And over to the other side. Yeah. Okay. We're through that set. Few more scattered ones. Oh shit, that one just came out of nowhere. Whew, okay, we're good. Oh no. Oh shit, okay. We made it. Okay, third direction post. So now we just watch for the trail. Oh, that's a really tight set of rocks. Oh no, it's right by the trail. We're gonna miss the trail. Come on. Did we make it? We made it! We got it! Willamette Valley, December 1st, 1848. We get a pixel art view of a river that's forking in 2 directions and a road next to it. Some purple mountains in the background, some evergreen trees in the front. Whew. Congratulations, you have made it to Oregon. Let's see how many points you received. Points for arriving in Oregon. 3 people in poor health. Me, Loka, Skelly. 900 points. 1 wagon, 50 points, 3 oxen, 12 points, 5 spare wagon parts, 10 points, 9 sets of clothing, 18 points, 94 bullets, 1 point, 83 pounds of food, 3 points, $106.50 in cash, 21 points total, 1,015. For going as a carpenter, your points are doubled, so 2,030. There we go. Whew. So, based on, I guess, the default people that are listed here, we placed in 6th in the top 10. Our rating is a greenhorn. There we go, Oregon Trail. We may have lost some folks, but I consider this a win. Any run where you actually make it to the end is a good run, if you ask me. Special thanks to my friends for letting me use their likenesses, so to speak, for this episode. You can check out all of their various works in the show notes, and I strongly encourage you to do so because they are some wildly creative and fun guys. So stay tuned for the next episode, which I think builds on this one in some really fun ways. In fact, why make you wait? That's right. If you're listening on release, then you're getting a surprise drop of the next episode this same day. Get hype and listen on.